Hey, you. Welcome back to Uncaged Chaos, a space where we stop pretending that healing is pretty and start telling the damn truth. I'm Andy, life coach and fellow human, and today we're going straight into the part that nobody really talks about, the lonely, disorienting in between stage where your old life doesn't fit anymore, but your new life hasn't really fully shown up yet. You know, the part that feels like emotional purgatory. Let's get into it. Let's talk dragonflies for a second because their transformation is unhinged. Before they ever fly, they spend most of their life underwater, crawling around looking nothing like they're destined to become. One day, something inside them says, "It's time," much like Mariah Carey defrosting for Christmas. They climb out of the water, attach to a new branch, and their old form splits open so the new one can emerge. And here's the part that nobody really talks about. That transition looks a lot like death. Stillness, isolation, vulnerability, zero guarantees. Sound familiar? Metamorphosis isn't glamorous, and neither is the middle of healing. It's the unglorified chrysalis stage, the part where you've stopped accepting crumbs, pretending you're fine, stopped saying yes to bullshit, shrinking to fit, but you haven't quite found your people, built stability, or even trusted your new voice. And there's no way in hell you've seen the payoff yet. It's in the moment of life that feels like a blank room. No furniture, no instructions, just you and your choices. This is where most people panic and run back to their old life because at least that old cage, even though it was small, is familiar. Your nervous system is addicted to old patterns, addicted to the chaos of the overthinking, earning love, survival mode. So let's paint a picture clearly of what happens when we outgrow these patterns. The quiet is deafening. You check your phone and there's no messages. Not because people hate you, but because the version of you that matched their dysfunction doesn't exist anymore. Then there's that disconnect. You sit in rooms that you used to feel at home in, and now you suddenly feel like a stranger. Everybody's laughing, and you're just sitting there thinking, I'm not this person anymore. The emotional free fall. You feel bored, restless, weirdly uncomfortable in your own body. Like you took off an old skin, but the new one hasn't fully grown in yet. Then there's that temptation to go back. You consider that person you know that is bad for you and hang up with a text. You think about saying yes to things that drain you just so you won't be lonely for a night. You just want the comfort of the old, even though it doesn't truly fit. This stage can feel like walking through fog. No path, no guarantees, just the next step and a tiny spark inside of you that says, keep going. So, how the hell are we going to survive in this in between stage? First, stop expecting this phase to feel good. It's not supposed to. This is the emotional root canal of your life. Those are far from being comfortable. Discomfort isn't a red flag. It's the evidence that old patterns are dying off. Feeling lonely, restless, bored, disoriented. It doesn't mean you're messing up. It means you're transforming. You wake up and feel off for no reason. That's just recalibration. Your emotions are feeling muted or very inconsistent. That's just your identity reorganizing itself. And your brain keeps asking, are we sure? Are we sure this is what we want to do? Don't worry, because that's just fear losing control. You want to stabilize your nervous system with one consistent anchor, not a full morning routine or a whole spiritual to-do list, just one thing that signifies safety in your body. Your nervous system needs evidence, not perfection. This may look like 5 minutes of just slowly breathing, walking around your block every morning, light a candle before bed, a future self check-in with yourself at the same time every day. It's not productivity, it's self-regulation. Let yourself grieve the old version of you. You didn't just release people, you've released identities, patterns, roles you've had to play to survive. Versions of you that have carried things so you today don't have to. Grief isn't weakness, it's respect. Some examples of ways we can do this is journaling a thank you for getting me this far letter to your past self. Cry without making it mean something is wrong. Look at old pictures and honor who you were and how far you've come. Create microstructure to replace old patterns in your life. When your old routines fall apart and your days start to feel empty, that's the danger zone. Microstructures help keep you grounded without overwhelming you. This may look like one weekly solo date with yourself that turns into a non-negotiable. 15 minutes each day for something new that you haven't tried, maybe a skill, a hobby, something that you've really been curious about but haven't really had the motivation to try it. Even organizing just one small corner of your home can help create momentum. And don't rush your new life. A dragonfly doesn't rip its wings out early because it's over feeling alone. If you force the next chapter, you're just going to recreate the old one in different colors. Let the new life form at its natural pace. This looks like not forcing friendships just to fill silence, not jumping into relationships because you're just lonely, and not trying to figure everything out this week. Practice neutral noticing. Your brain wants to dramatize everything in this phase, but don't let it. Notice what's happening without adding a painful story behind it. Some examples can look like my phone is quiet today versus no one cares about me. I feel disconnected versus I'm failing. This feels uncomfortable versus something has to be wrong. Notice the micro shifts. These are your new wings forming. The big breakthroughs, they'll happen later, but right now, the changes are subtle but so powerful. These examples look like choosing silence instead of reaching and reacting, leaving the text on read instead of over-explaining, not chasing clarity from people that will never give it to you, saying no without guilt, choosing the unknown instead of digging for the drama, and choosing rest over self-abandonment. Be proud of those tiny efforts because they are making a huge impact. These are your first signs of your new identity taking shape. When your wings come in, that's when the cage breaks. Not because you push the door open, but because you have expanded so much that it couldn't possibly hold you anymore. This version of you, the one emerging from the chrysalis cage, is the version every past version of you has fought for. Every heartbreak, every lesson, every night that you thought you were behind or failing. They were all shaping you into someone strong enough to break through that cage. So you're not stuck, you're not trapped, and you're not lost. You're just growing too big for a cage that once kept you safe. And that pressure that you feel, that isolation, that quiet, that's not the end of everything. It's actually the beginning of the moment you finally outgrow it all. You are the dragonfly. You are the uncaged self. And your wings are coming. You are in the middle of becoming. And that version of you on the other side of this is worth every lonely mile. So if this episode hit home, share it with someone who's in their own in-between. And if you're here with me, walking this uncomfortable part, I'm proud of you. Stay. Don't go back. Your new life is already moving towards you. Welcome to the making of your next self. This is Uncaged Chaos, where life is messy and being human is the fucking point.